from a business aspect, how did you take the leap of faith from going from working from a W-2 position into being an owner? Did you plan for a year ahead? Did you save up your money? How did that work out?
I've always been a saver. So, I mean, saving up my money, I'm not, my dad was, I had to hide my money from my dad. I mean, I worked a lot when I was in high school, drugstores and, different cutting grass. And, he knew when payday was. He'd come home and he'd be like,
Can't
"You
hide
got
that
paid
check.
today? How much you get paid?"
Mm-hmm.
And then you tell him, and then he'd be like, "Okay, you gotta save half of that. Give me that. I'm putting it in the bank for you." And I'm like, I got, I'm aging myself. I'm like, I might worked all week and made 35, $40 working part time, and I'd end up with $10. I'm like, I got to put gas in the car. I'm trying to go out and hang out, but I had a great bank account.
Yeah.
So it was always savings. They always saved for me, bonds and stuff. So part of, I married the right woman, so I better throw that in there. So, she had a great job in the federal government. But, when we decided to get our house, the down payment came off of all the savings bonds that our parents made us save. We had the money. It wasn't that we earned it from working. We just had it from our savings. And then when I decided to open the business, we took a home equity loan.
Okay.
So, and of course, luckily we bought our house in early 90s, and, the house was cheaper than the 2 rents we were paying. So, DC used to be great like that, not no more. And like, okay, great. We didn't save money by buying a house. And then that house turned into the equity we needed to start the business.
Wow.
And home equity loans, low interest, pretty easy to pay back. So it worked out well. And then we were growing as well in terms of our careers. So it was a leap of faith, but I had always been an entrepreneur at heart. Even when I worked at Ellington, I still did. Just like my dad, I had side hustles. I was designing all over the city, doing this, that, and the other for small theater companies. So, I always knew how to work on my own, price things, budget, make money. And so to me, I don't think it was that big a leap.
Okay.
And everything, like I said, I was at a place where I knew if one wrong administration change, everybody, no matter how long you worked there, how loyal you were, you could just get wiped out. Now, could I get another job? Absolutely.
If you want to be in the driver's
But
seat.
I wanted to, I didn't want to be under somebody's scrutiny like that.
Right. You wanted to be able to make up your own schedule, make your own,
Now, did I work less? Probably not.
Yeah. And that comes with entrepreneurship.
Right. Yeah. But I get to choose when I work. I mean, I could work at 3 a.m. in the morning and still make it to the soccer game at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, I mean, it worked out well.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's very important because I think a lot of people, sometimes they think of starting their own business and they say, oh, I'm going to make my own schedule and all that, but they don't understand that, well, when most people clocking out at 5 o'clock, they're done for the day.
There is no clock.
Yeah, there's no clock. So a lot of times you're spending the time that everybody else is kind of enjoying life. Sometimes you're up late night, burning the midnight oil, trying to wrap up a project. A lot of times the days run together. So I think that's important to put emphasis on, because I think a lot of people think when opening a business is just rock star life, and it's far from rock star life. Yes, it's very fruitful, but it's far from the rock star life of, well, I just make my own schedule and do what I want.
Well, I mean, I always tell people, I said it's lonely. I mean, because, I have a staff. We started with a staff of, with me, it was 3 people, so 2 people and me. And we've been as big as 20 people. And right now we're probably hovering around 12, 13. And I love my staff. It's the best staff I've ever had. It's the staff I have right now. Great people. But I can't be different. I have to look out for their best interest. Sometimes in lieu of what they think, and I'm going, hey, we got to get this done. Well, I got to go. It's 5:30. And I'm like, no. This has to get done. Okay. And I have to ask those hard questions. And I do it by quantifying, by saying, I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do. But right now, this is your job. You got to stay and get it done. And someone has to do that. And you can't always be the friend when you're doing that. Most likely you can't. And a lot of times, 5:30, they know when 5:30 hits. It's out the door, and I'm like, see y'all, and I'm like, 5:30 don't mean nothing to me. It's what else do I have to get done, and that's what happens.
So how do you go about finding good talent?
Pray.
Because I think that's critical for any business, is finding great talent. And most people can put a front on in one interview. So how do you weed through them?
Everybody can put a front on, and I'm gonna be just straight up. I mean, I've had people that I've hired, and I'm going, man, you should go into acting. You really should. I mean, everybody. I mean, some people really don't know how to interview, and that's clear. But most people, you're never going to get what you want. You got to put a system in place that kind of works through that, to kind of get as much out the way as you can. And we got to say, at best, the best person we will hire after we take them through our process is still only a 50-50. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I've hired I've sent people to training, and I've had trainers say, these are the best people we've ever seen. And I'm talking about internationally, and they were still cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, and so some of it's a front, some of it, is it the right fit for you? Do you want to put in the work? Is this the right hustle? Really, is what it comes down to, because this isn't the right hustle for everybody. It's a hustle. It's action packed all day, every day. You name fast signs. People are like, okay, I need a fast sign. I need it in 3 minutes, and I'm like, dude, fast for you would be 3 months. I mean, it's related to your project. It's not just related to what you waited too late and now you're asking for something instantaneously. It's not instant signs. But it's always trying to figure it out and having the mentality to be able to deal with the customer that's never going to change. Some people get frustrated. Well, why they always come at 5 o'clock and need it right away? Hey, how's that going to change? We just need to figure out how to better deal with that customer. What do we do? What do we put in place? So, I mean, we always have ads up. We're always looking for people, good people. Sometimes we find them when we don't need them, and we have to figure out, do we figure it out? Because if you find somebody good, you try to figure it out. Do you put people in place to grow, or do you wait till you grow to put people in place? It's a delicate balance. But always looking, always networking, even in that aspect, to find people and give them opportunity. And you got to realize that, most people, the way the day's market works is people move from job to job to job. That could be good for me and bad for me. But what I try to do is be right to them, give them something where they can grow here or they can grow somewhere else. Because, and the reality is they're trying to take care of themselves and their family, and I gotta respect them for that. And if that means you need to move on, great, you need to move on. I just want you to be happy about the time you were here. So maybe you meet somebody and send them on over here to me.